The expo is going awesome.
Yeah, it's going good.
It's amazing. We're meeting lots of wonderful people, seeing amazing things, and now we are going to go in and check out the vendor hall. I waited, and I'm taking you guys with me. I have not stepped foot in this building yet, so we're gonna go.
So you're getting the first reactions.
Yeah, we're gonna go see it together. Let's go. Hey guys, welcome. Hi, how are you?
Doing great, thank you.
You want to find a bathroom first? Yeah.
Right there.
It bums me out that I have an airplane ride home while they have all of these fantastic plants here. I mean, I could probably take like 1 or 2 home, but I can't buy a lot. However, Jeremiah, I think, sees that as a great perk to this being.
Oh, for sure. We didn't budget for a bunch of plants.
I went to school in Oneida, Kansas 1 year, and the entire class, we got first graders and third graders.
Last year, whenever I did a video of the vendor hall, I stopped here at Hudson Valley Seeds, talked with Ken, who owns this company, and still, this seed company makes my heart pitter-patter a little bit. Like, you guys, you gotta check out these seed packets. They're absolutely amazing. Hudson Valley actually gets original art made for each variety of the seed. They find artists that work in all different mediums, and they tell the story of the heirloom to the artist, and then this is basically the artist's interpretation of that story. And this is so dreamy to me. Whenever I talked with Ken last year, I was like, wow, here's somebody who is passionate about the stories behind heirlooms. Are these not absolutely gorgeous? Look, there's one of my favorites.
So these are called, can you see how each one has a little heart on it?
Oh yeah, wow. That's beautiful.
So that's called heart seed.
Heart seed.
Yeah, and the Latin is actually cardiospermum, heart seed.
Right.
And so this grows a vine, and then on the vine you get these inflated green pods, which I don't even know how a plant inflates something. Like there's actually air pressure in it.
Wow.
Like plants are just so amazing. Inside each pod, there's 3 seeds, and where the seed is attached in the middle of the pod is that little white heart.
Wow.
And so, to me, I mean, all seeds love us back, but this one in particular is really good at letting you know. It's one of my favorites.
Look at the little heart on each seed, and it's called heart seed.
It's called heart seed, yeah.
That is so
Wow,
beautiful.
cool.
So this is Ken.
Hi.
And Ken is the beautiful mind behind Hudson Valley Seed Company. And I love your love for seeds and for growing beautiful things.
I love seeds, and you know, for me, I think, you know, I got into seeds more thinking about their stories.
Yeah.
And sort of why are seeds important in our lives.
Yeah.
And then one of the things that I discovered really right away is seeds are alive.
Yeah.
You know, this is a living organism that you're holding in your hand. And so it's something that it's our responsibility to take care of.
Yes.
And then the plants take care of us in return.
That's so good.
And that's not what we're taught necessarily growing up. We're taught that it's like a commodity and you plant it just to like get something out of it. But it's really about a relationship, this caring relationship between plants and humans. So
I love that so much.
that's how I hope to treat them.
Yes.
You know, through the art.
Isn't that such a beautiful perspective to think of seeds as these living things that we, and I've always talked about how we get to steward this. Like it's something that it's such a privilege to get to steward seeds, and I just love it. I've been looking forward to talking to you. So yeah, I will put a link down below to Hudson Valley Seed Company, and I just implore you all to go check it out. They've got great seeds, beautiful stuff, and just beautiful people that are passionate about heirloom seeds. Thank you so much.
Plant it somewhere where it's can climb.
Okay.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so you're designing these?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I found this amazing jeweler. Her name is Debbie Grote, who's been working with seeds as jewelry for a really long time, so she
Yeah.
knows how to do it. But I like a very simple design with
Yeah.
the jewelry that really shows the seed.
It's beautiful.
So this is the glass gem
Right.
horn.
Yes, cool. I grew
And
this last year, and it's so beautiful. So beautiful. And then
This
this
is a scarlet runner bean.
scarlet runner bean, and that is a gorgeous seed. There we go.
And then this one is my Three Sisters design with
I love
corn,
this.
squash, and beans.
So this has the kernel of corn, and then the bean and the squash seed. So it's the Three Sisters. I love that. That's so clever. These are beautiful. Okay, we'll get back to the rest of the vendors in just a second, but first we're gonna duck off into one of these little side wings. I'm gonna show you guys my first seed haul of the expo. Don't mind me, everybody. I'm just a weirdo sitting right outside the bathrooms looking at seeds with my camera. Okay, so I asked Ken what some of his absolute favorite varieties are, because I want to grow what the seed lovers love to grow. Like, that's what I want in my garden. I don't want to just like go through and just kind of like shot in the dark. I want to ask the person that loves seeds enough to start the seed company, hey, what do you love to grow? So I've got a little stack here. I'm going to share them with you guys. I just absolutely adore the packaging in this company. Of course, I love beautiful, colorful things. So first, this is their Meta lettuce mix. And this is what they've like developed. This is a lettuce mix that's got all different like textures and colors. So I'm planting this when I get home. Super pumped about that. The All-Star Kales mix, which this is actually a mix of Russian and Siberian kales in shades of green and red. And he said that with this one you're gonna get like so much variety, and he likes to grow this one as baby greens, so also going in the garden. I've told you guys I'm doing like 2 full kale beds, so I'm really pumped about this. Now this is really cool. I actually got this one to grow just so I could share it with you guys. Now I have a lot of space. I know a lot of you don't, and this is called Blue Jade Sweet Corn. It's a dwarf sweet corn, so it only gets like this tall, and it's blue, and whenever it's cooked, it turns like an indigo. How awesome is that? So many people ask me, I've been asked so many times, like, how do you grow corn when you have limited space? So I'm gonna give this a try just because I thought this would be a really good resource for y'all. Now, we also asked if he had anything that had any sort of like squash bug resistance, since that's something that we deal with. And he said, you know, obviously squash bugs are a bit of a beast. And I explained that I had a really hard time with winter squash because so many of them are like 100+ day varieties. And I just don't have the time to get those to maturity because my plants so often get attacked by squash bugs. Well, this is a honey nut squash, which is like a smaller version of a butternut, and it comes to maturity quicker. It's more compact and it comes to maturity quicker. So I'm really pumped to give this one a try. He also said it's delicious. And here, the silver slicer cucumber. This has really great powdery mildew resistance, which being in a really humid area, that's something that we deal with, so I'm super pumped about that. The lemon drop hot pepper, this was his personal favorite, one of his favorite seeds that they sell, and it's a really tropical tasting hot pepper, so that's really cool. So there's my little Hudson Valley seed haul. I think I'm gonna decorate my Christmas tree this year in seed packets. I thought about doing it last year and I didn't end up doing it, but man, when I just start looking through their packets and all of that beautiful artwork surrounding around seeds, I'm like, yes, I definitely need to do that. All right, back to the vendor haul. Cool, so what is this?
This is one of the rarest salts in the world. It's from the Philippines, from the island of Bohol, and it's also listed in the Slow Food Ark of Taste. So this is due for extinction within the next generation if we don't help the family that's making this spread the word out so people can support it.
Wow, this is so amazing. Unbroken sea salt.
That's what it means. Asin means salt, and tibuok in their language means unbroken. So it's an unbroken piece of salt.
Wow, that is amazing.
It looks like a dragon egg.
Yeah, well, dinosaur.
Oh, dinosaur egg.
There you go.
Didn't even see that. That's freaking awesome.
That is really cool. So you just shave it with
Yes, and so the way chefs use it is they take a microplane and shave it over a dish like this. So it's a dusting of salt. But
Wow.
what's even more unique is the actual process in making the salt. What they do before it gets to this point, which is 8 to 10 hours of roasting. So the clay pot starts like this, and they put seawater in here, and it solidifies over heat. A little bit more until it gets to the top. That's an 8 to 10 hour process, and then another 24-hour process to cool. But prior to that, they take coconut husks and soak them in seawater for like 3 to 4 months.
Wow.
Sun dry it, chop it up, and then slow roast it, making activated charcoal. That activated charcoal is what they pour the seawater through that goes in here. Purifies the water more, gives it a higher mineral content. It also gives it a higher pH content.
Wow.
So you've got a beautiful salt, low in sodium, it's 77% sodium chloride, very high in minerals, and a slightly alkaline salt.
Wow.
A kilo of salt in this beautiful vessel here, and what happens is afterwards it kind of cracks and breaks, and it starts out like this. And hold on, can you take that please? And what you'll do is you'll crack it, and then again shave it, or crack it into pieces.
Centuries old, this is.
This dates back to 7th century in the Philippines.
Wow.
Predates the Spanish colonial era of the Philippines. This is how they've been making salts for hundreds of years. It was used as a form of commerce, where the salt farmers, who are normally by the ocean, lowland people, will go up to the highland people, which are the ones that are growing the rice, and they would trade.
Wow.
They would trade rice for salt, vice versa. So each would have their staples for the year.
Wow, that is wonderful.
The best part is, just 2 years ago, it was recognized by the Slow Food Ark of Taste, and it's now listed as one of the rarest salts in the world. And on top of that, it's due for extinction, like I said, within a generation if we don't help the families that make this, more available to people that are able to purchase this kind of product.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for sharing this story with us.
Thanks
We'll
for
definitely
coming.
share it. It's beautiful. This is Epic Seeds. We've got some really cool stuff. I love their packaging, super natural feeling. Being in a place with so many people who are passionate about seeds and heirlooms, it's very validating, to like really see that you're not alone in this. For so long I did gardening, and I would talk to local gardeners, and my heart would just leap when I would talk to people and they would say they were a gardener, but then I would find that they knew nothing about heirlooms and organic gardening, and I just felt like, man, is this even important to anybody? And coming to these things and seeing how very important it is, and I've gotten a lot of validation from doing YouTube. So many of you sharing your stories and sharing in the excitement about the things that excite me. I honestly had begun to believe that it was just kind of a lost cause, and YouTube really ignited that in me and that validation. But then coming to places like this, this is a huge community of people who are so wildly passionate about real food, growing food, and preserving heirlooms. It's just very, very, very valuable. There's Baker Creek's booth with lots and lots of seed packets for $2 each. There are so many cool booths too of just like all natural clothing here. This is cotton that's all grown in the United States, milled in the United States, and sewn in the United States, which is just a really neat thing. Oh, look at that. It's beautiful. Hi, how are you? Oh, look, Cuban oregano, menthol plant, pawpaw trees. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to make room on my carry-on. Costmary, perennial herb. Oh, this is cold hardy, so this could actually go home with me and go in the garden now. Man, this Cuban oregano smells so interesting. It's very, I don't even know how to describe it. It smells amazing. Yeah, so this is Tom from Mcmurray Hatchery.
Yep, I'm Tom.
He's a big deal. Vice president.
Vice president,
There you go.
co-owner.
Awesome.
It's family owned. So
Awesome.
me and my father-in-law, my wife, and our kids too. So
Cool.
Yep. So we're a hatchery in Iowa, and so we raise 100 and some breeds of chickens, and sell baby chicks all across the United States. So
Very cool.
it is cool. It's awesome. You
Yeah.
can see.
I'm loving this.
Okay, yeah.
This
so
is really cool.
that is all of our eggs. So that's all of our standard breeds. It doesn't include the Bantams. So I mean,
Wow, that's beautiful.
the variation. It's really cool.
Yeah, this is my happy place right here. Like when I see this, it makes my heart.
So
I just stopped and chatted with Mcmurray, as you saw. I have to tell y'all a story. A long time ago, before I had a farm, I would get Baker Creek Seed Catalog and Mcmurray Hatchery's catalog, and then wear them out. Hi! Reading them. I mean, until they were falling apart, making plans of my someday farm and my someday chicken flock and garden. And whenever Jackson, who is now 14 and strapping young man, was just a little guy, probably like 5 or 6, Jeremiah asked the kids, hey, what do you want to get your mom for Christmas? And Jackson said, I know the best thing that she's gonna love. She was like, he said catalogs for chickens and garden seeds. She loves them. He said she gets so excited when they come in the mail. We could give her those for Christmas.
And I was thinking like, man, that's a really inexpensive gift. Let's
It's
do
so
it.
true. I love it. So getting the catalog from Mcmurray at Baker Creek Festival, I'm sitting here going like, what is life even? This is really awesome. The links for the companies I talked to in this video will be down below. As always, thank you for helping me and helping other people chase after their dreams and for going on these wonderful adventures with me. I bless you. Until next time.